Built it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm back for some tourney talk, baby. We're here to talk the round of 32. But before I do that, I would like to ask that you leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the channel. It helps the network. It helps my channel, Carl Talking College, by way of the Refuse to Lose Network. It helps BWT, Baseball with Teddy. Y'all seen Teddy on the show. You seen me on my show. All the baseball news comes through BWT with the Refuse to Lose Network. We have FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs, where he's talking about offseason now. He just talked about free agency. He's probably going to talk about the LeJarius Sneed trade that just went down. He's going to talk about pre-draft, post-draft, stuff like that. So football fans, pro football, follow him. RBO, Real Ballers Only. That's by Vaughn. Vaughn is talking about gems, hidden gems. He's talking about guys that don't get the love. He's talking about guys that do get the love, guys that's going to get the love. Teams, what they can do, ceilings, floors, stuff like that. Any NBA topic you want to listen to, go ahead and subscribe to RBO Vaughn. Kings Talk with Joe Jordan, where Joe talks about the Kings. But he used to just talk about post-game. Now he's talking about all sorts of Kings topics. For example, we had a topic about Malik Monk. Can he be the second scorer on the team? He talks about a lot of stuff. So Kings fans, you want to learn about the Kings, or you're just interested in the beam, follow Kings Talk with Joe Jordan. We got Dave's Doghouse, where he makes dogs and put dogs in the doghouse. He also removes dogs when they for good behavior, basically. You're gonna see me on the show soon because I got an appeal to make. So if you like, if you got a nominee to put in the doghouse, if you want to make a dog like Jack Oakey, if you want to make him a dog for hitting 10 threes and being an integral part in upsetting Kentucky, shout out Dave. Hey Dave, watch the show. Last but certainly not least, we have In the Red Corner featuring Ty, Ricky, and Fast Camp, where they go over boxing topics every other Sunday. They don't go over exhibitions, so I'm pretty sure they're not going to go over Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. So don't ask them, hey, can you talk about Mike Tyson, Jake Paul? They might get offended because those are real boxing heads over there. So they might get offended. So, but if you really want to learn about the sport of boxing, you want to talk about the sport of boxing, you want to listen about the sport of boxing, In the Red Corner. And like I said, I would like for y'all to leave a like, share, subscribe to every channel on the network that you listen to a couple videos. If you like what you're listening to, stick with us. So, as you can see, my record right here in the top right for me, might be top left for you, not sure. I am 10-6 in the NIT, which is fine, which is cool. I took some dogs. I took a bunch of dogs. I ain't just take all favorites. I took dogs, took favorites, 10-6. That's how you have it. NCAA tournament. Now, the total tournament, I am 22-14, but I can give you a breakdown. So, round of 68, I went 1-3. Only win being Colorado State. Obviously, you know the other three losses. The three losses I picked: Boise State over Colorado. I picked Montana State over Grambling, and I picked Howard over Wagner. All three losses. Then we have the round of 64. Thursday, I went 9-7. Some upsets, including Duquesne, like I was high on since the jump. Duquesne was the upset I got. Then yesterday, I went 12-4. 12-4, upsets being Grand Canyon. I was high on that one. James Madison, like I said, man, if you know me, I've been high on the Jamie bandwagon. Some losses include Auburn, which, man, they missed 2 free throws late game to tie it. UAB. Now with UAB, I went back and forth with that one. I was all San Diego State at first, but then I thought about San Diego State's droughts on offense, so I switched to UAB. Should have stayed with San Diego State, but it is what it is. New Mexico got ran through. That was another loss I had, and I always forget the fourth one, but I had another loss. Obviously, I went 12-4. But yeah, enough about that. So first, actually, we're gonna go over the NIT. So let me pull this NIT banner up real quick. We're gonna go over the NIT first because the NIT starts at 11:30. NIT starts in 32 minutes, so I'm gonna get this out the way real quick. We got 3 games today, and we got 4 games tomorrow. No, 5 games tomorrow. Excuse me. As I'm trying to pull this NIT schedule up. So, first game, North Texas, Seton Hall. 11:30 ESPN2. Seton Hall is favored by 4.5 points. Give me North Texas to upset Seton Hall. Seton Hall had a really good, really struggled against St. Joseph's. North Texas, man, I feel like, again, is going to fly under the radar. CJ Nolan is back. Jason Edwards is a dynamic scorer. He's a problem. I know Seton Hall has Dre Davis. I know Seton Hall has Dylan Owosu. I know Seton Hall has Kaderi Richmond. I know Seton Hall has Amir Dawes, the transfer from Clemson. But I really like this North Texas team. I like their DNA. They're going to play some defense. They're going to try to get out in transition. John Buggs is a lethal 3-point shooter. Aaron Scott is an athletic forward. Give me North Texas to beat Seton Hall. Next, you have your Bradley Braves over the playing. I kind of just spoiler alert. Bradley Braves versus Cincinnati Bearcats. Cincinnati is favored by 5.5 points. This is 2:00 on ESPN Plus. Give me the Bradley Braves to upset Cincinnati. Cincinnati narrowly escaped on Wednesday night against San Francisco. I think it's Lukosius. Lukosius hit the game-winning 3, not at the buzzer, but with like 3 seconds left or something like that, maybe 2, to beat San Francisco in overtime. I don't think they get so lucky this time, man. Bradley is a really good team led by Connor Hickman. But again, man, I love Dan Skillings. It's going to be an interesting matchup to watch. Bradley's going to play terrific defense. They're going to try to get on you and score and just keep the pressure you on defense. Cincinnati, great win. I think it ends here. Last pick of Saturday, I have Virginia Tech and Ohio State. Ohio State is favored by 4.5 points. I do like Ohio State to win this. Shout out Coach Dieter. Only 2 losses under him. Semifinals in the Big Ten to Illinois, and they lost to. I can't even remember the first loss. That's bad. Was it Indiana? Was it? Maybe. Y'all got to fact check that one. I'll fact check it real quick. I can't remember the first loss under Dieter. I want to say it was Indiana. No, he got fired after that because then they beat Purdue. It was Minnesota. They lost to. So Dieter's been on a hot streak, well-deserved contract. I think they do beat Virginia Tech at home. They've been playing lights out. Bruce Thornton been playing lights out. Middleton's been playing lights out under Dieter, freshman. Devin Royal actually been playing really, really lights out under Dieter. And then you throw in Jamison Battle, Zay Key off the bench. I think Sean Padula, Lynn Kidd, and Hunter Couture got their hands full today. Sunday, we start with Minnesota, Indiana State. I'm going to roll with Indiana State, man. Really good. Really good Missouri Valley Conference team. Minnesota is good, but Minnesota is really good at home. This is a road game for Minnesota. Indiana State is favored by 7.5, and it's on 2:00. It's at 2:00 on ESPN2, by the way. I think Indiana State can score with Minnesota. Well, I take that back. I think Indiana State can score with Minnesota. I think it's not going to be a high-scoring game, though. I think it might be in the 60s, 70s. Robbie Avila, Isaiah Swoop. It's going to be a good one versus those guards on the perimeter with Mike Mitchell, Elijah Hawkins, Cam Christie, and Dawson Garcia, which Dawson Garcia is an absolute dog. That's who I want to see, Robbie Avila and Dawson Garcia. I think that's going to be a really good matchup, but I think Indiana State takes it. Georgia at Wake Forest. Wake Forest favored by 9.5 points. This game is Sunday at 4:00 on ESPN2. Give me Wake Forest. I really like Wake Forest, especially when Hunter Silas is aggressive. Georgia still might be without Jabri Abdul-Rahim, so that's a big blow against a really good ACC team in Wake Forest. So I like Wake Forest in that matchup. VCU versus South Florida. You know me. You know who I've been high on. I'm taking South Florida straight up. South Florida at home is favored by 2.5 points. South Florida, they're just a problem, man. South Florida is one of my favorites to win the NIT. They're not the favorite. They're not even close to the favorite. But they're one of my favorites to win the NIT. I'm rolling with South Florida. I love Chris Youngblood. I love Miguel Selton off the bench. I love Kashawn Pryor. VCU could get stagnant on offense a bunch. They do play really good defense. And it's kind of crazy that they get stagnant on offense with the firepower they have with Joe Bassamil, Max Shoga, Sean Bearstown, and Zip Jackson, but they do get stagnant on offense. And I think that's going to hurt them against South Florida. Next game I have for y'all is Iowa and Utah. Utah, is favored by 4.5 points. I think I'm going to lean with Iowa in this one. Iowa is just a great offensive team, leaves a lot to be desired on defense. I know Utah got the 2 7-footers down low with Lovering and Carlson, but I think Iowa with Cricky, Owen Freeman, Peyton Sanford, Tony Perkins, I think they find ways to score against Utah and get the upset. In the last game of the NIT Sunday, Boston College, UNLV, 9:30, ESPNU. UNLV is favored by 4.5, and I love UNLV in this matchup. Now, D-Dan Thomas, y'all know for UNLV is my guy. Didn't do so hot against Princeton, but they still found a way to get the dub. I love the Boone brothers and Keelan and Khalid. I think they going to go well against Quentin Post. And I almost said Mark Madsen. I think Gabe Madsen is Utah. I can't remember Madsen's first name, but him and Madsen is going to be a tough one. But I do like UNLV to pull it out. Both teams kind of been on a heater, too. UNLV made it to, I believe, the conference semis, while Boston College made it, was it quarters or was it semis? Can't remember, but they did further. They went further than they were supposed to go. I'll say that. And they took Virginia all the way to OT. So they've been playing well of late. Two good teams are playing well of late, but give me UNLV. And that's it for your NIT. That's it for your NIT. We have to move on to, do I want to do this? I love basketball, but I don't think I'm picking the CBI. I'm sorry. I was going to do it, but nah. I'm a just go against it. The graphic is NIT NCAA. I'm not going to give our graphic team any more problems. Joe is the graphic team. I'm not going to give them any more problems. I'm going to just go to the tournament. We're going to go round of 32 quick picks for the day. So we're going to start with Dayton, Arizona, 12:45 on CBS. Arizona's favored by 8.5 points. I had Dayton and Nevada. Nevada choked. We'll get into that on Monday. Give me Arizona. Give me Arizona for the same reason I had Nevada. I just don't believe in Dayton. Dayton pulled off an amazing upset. Congrats. It's not going to help you. That's not going to – you can't do that. You're not going to get away with that against Arizona. If Arizona jumps out on you like Nevada did, sayonara. It's a wrap. So I understand Nevada left shooters like Kobe Brea and Nate Santos open late game. It's not happening with Arizona. Arizona is too potent on offense for you to go down 17. Give me Arizona to win the game. Next, we have Gonzaga and Kansas. Gonzaga favored by 3.5 points. It's on CBS. Give me the Zags. Only reason why I am taking the Zags over Kansas is because Kevin McCullough is out for the tournament. I had the winner of the Gonzaga-McNeese game beating Kansas because Kevin McCullough is out for the tournament. With Kevin McCullough being out, I just think Kansas is too susceptible to a lot of things on defense and offensively. So I like Gonzaga to win this game. I don't trust Gonzaga in the long run, but it's more so the injury to Kansas than how much I trust Gonzaga to win this game. Next, we have Washington State and Iowa State, 6:10 on TNT. Oh, excuse me, that is not next. Next is Michigan State at North Carolina, 5:30 on CBS. Y'all know, Sparty Party. But on my show, I can't be biased. I do have North Carolina winning this game. And it's same reason why I said Mississippi State can be in it. If Armando Bacot shows up and is super aggressive and gets our bigs in foul trouble, he's trying to flush things in the post moves, jump hooks, being aggressive on the offensive and defensive glass. That's our issue. Our issue is teams with bigs, and Armando Big Hot is a good enough big to give us issues. Guard play, I think we're fine. RJ Davis, we can't allow him to get hot. That is one thing I will say, but we got a guy that can match that in Tyson Walker if he chooses to be aggressive. Now, if Jaden Akins is making shots, like I say all the time, that makes us dangerous. It makes it dangerous to give us another level because now if you're coming out on Jaden, falling for pump fakes, he's going to the rim, and everybody sees the athleticism in Jaden Akins. He's going to put you in the rim. He's going to dunk the ball on your head top. So I like North Carolina, but we are going to be in a good one. It's going to be a good one in my opinion. Next, we have Washington State and Iowa State, 6-10 on TNT. Iowa State's favored by 6.5, and I like Iowa State in this matchup. Drake was up 8 with like 4 or 5 minutes left and proceeded to score, I believe, 2 to 3 points. And Washington State was able to make a run to win that game. I don't think Washington State should have won it. I think Drake should have won that game. I don't know. They just went stagnant on offense. Washington State got hot, and that's how we got this matchup. Iowa State is going to suffocate you on defense. They're going to try to get out in transition, and they're going to score. So I think Iowa State wins this one. Next, we have Oakland, NC State at 7-10 on it says TBS/True TV, so I guess you can catch it on either channel. NC State is favored by 5.5, and I'm rolling with NC State. I love what Jack Gohlke did against Kentucky. Trey Townsend did shoot bad from the free throw line. He did not shoot up the standard at the free throw line at all in the Kentucky game, which kept the game kind of close. But NC State's just hot, man, and they proved it Thursday. They're just too hot. They're hot, man. And the reason why that game was even as close as it was for as long as it was because they got DJ Burns in foul trouble. If he wasn't in foul trouble, they had nothing for him. And I said that Thursday. I said the issue with Texas Tech might be their bigs down low with DJ Burns being down there. And it sure enough was an issue. So I'm rolling with NC State. I think DJ Burns is going to be an issue for Oakland. They got guards. DJ Horn can score with Jack Gohlke. And I think Kevin Keats is going to have a better game plan than Calipari and stopping Jack Gohlke. Next, we have Texas at Tennessee, 8 o'clock on CBS. Tennessee is favored by 6.5. Tennessee wins. And this is why. Against Colorado State, they couldn't score. Now, what was helping Texas against Colorado State is Colorado State couldn't score either. They started off high, went 8-2, finished the half with 11 points. Tennessee's not doing that. Tennessee got you in a bind. If they're constricting your offense, they're going to go score, and you're just going to see the league get bigger, and bigger. So if Texas do the same thing they do against Colorado State, it's not going to work out. Tennessee's going to go and score. They're going to blow them out, and that's what I have. I have Tennessee blowing out Texas. Next, we have Illinois versus Duquesne, 8:40 TNT. I have Illinois winning this. They're 10.5 points favored, by the way. But I'm inclined to taking that 10.5 for Duquesne. My issue with Illinois is the defensive end of the floor. Terrence Shannon is going to score. Terrence Shannon is a problem. He almost had like 19 points with 4 minutes left in the first half against Morehead State. Terrence Shannon is just an issue. Duquesne's going to have their hands tied with Terrence Shannon and Marcus Dumas. But the thing with Illinois is they're going to allow you to score. And if Duquesne keeps it close, they might mess around and win it. So shout out my guy Teddy, by the way. Shout out. But I like Illinois to win, but I would definitely lean taking that 10.5 for Duquesne. The next game, Oregon versus Creighton, 9:40, the nightcap, TBS True TV. Creighton minus 1.5. Give me Oregon. I like the Ducks here for my upset. Here's why. Dana Altman, phenomenal coach. He's going to mix in defenses. He's going to try his best to stop your best scorer. And Oregon is pretty good offensively as well. Now, Creighton, really good offensively. Gets bailed out defensively by Kalkbrenner, but Kalkbrenner got to deal with N'Faly Dante down there. Then you got Cousinot on the perimeter. You got Jackson Shelstead on the perimeter. Grigsby coming off the bench. It's going to be a nice little matchup to see Steven versus Cousinot, Jackson Shelstead versus Trey Alexander, Baylor Shireman going against who he goes against. It's going to be a nice, fun game. I think Oregon takes it, though. And the reason why I have them taking it is defensively. I think they take this game defensively. Give me Oregon. We move on to round of 32 Sunday. Starting off with Colorado Marquette. Marquette is favored by 3.5 points. On CBS, Shaka Smart has never made it out the first round except once. I don't know what happened to my lighting just now. The one time they made it out of the round of the first weekend, the round of 64, round of 32, they went to the Final Four with VCU. That was the only time, and that was years ago. That was the only time he ever made it out the first round. So the smart money says take Colorado. Colorado's hot. They just beat a really great offensive team in Florida, put up 102. Literally, KJ Simpson had to win at the buzzer, put up under 2 points, and it took a buzzer beater to win. But I think that's their downfall. They'll give up a lot of points. And that's why I'm going with Marquette. I'm rolling with Marquette money line because they can score. Colorado is susceptible to giving up points. And it's going to be a nice little matchup to see KJ Simpson, All-American snub. I'm going to keep saying it. Should have been All-American. Versus the actual All-American, Tyler Kolek, who was second team. Well-deserved, by the way. But that's a fun matchup. It's going to be fun to see Iguodala versus Big Eddie Lampkin down low. And it's going to be fun to see who has the task of trying to stop Cam Jones. I'm going to go with Marquette over Colorado. And I think Shaka Smart finally gets out of the first weekend of the tournament since that VCU run. Next game, we have Purdue versus Utah State, 3:40 Sunday. I was going back and forth with this game. Like when I was making my bracket, I was going back and forth because I think Utah State can absolutely upset Purdue. I think they can. With I think his name is Ben Johnson, the big down low. He's gonna have his hands full now. He's gonna have his hands full with Zach Edey. He definitely is. But the thing with Utah State is they're going to be susceptible to giving up offensive rebounds, and that's going to be an issue against Purdue. And for that reason, I'm going to take Purdue in this one, but I lean kind of to taking 11.5 points with Utah State. I really do. Oh, Isaac Johnson, excuse me, not Ben Johnson. Isaac Johnson. My apologies. I lean Purdue. I lean Utah State plus 11.5. But if Utah State wins, would not be surprised in the slightest. Love Great Osobor. I love Darius Jackson. Oh, my God. I don't know if anybody saw that Darius Jackson buzzer beater, but he pulled that thing from the logo, and it was cash. Didn't hit the rim, didn't bounce in, straight cash. Darius Brown, excuse me. I keep saying it. Big shot taker, big shot maker. I love Coach Danny Sprinkle, what he's done at Utah State his first year at Utah State. And what I like about Danny Sprinkle, you can see the adjustments on the floor. TCU was kind of giving them problems on the offensive end. He switched to that 1-3-1, and a lot of that went away. So I'm going to roll with Purdue, though. But I would not be surprised if Utah State won it. Next, we have the James Madison Dukes versus the Duke Blue Devils, 5:15 on CBS. Duke is favored by 7.5. Give me the Dukes. Give me JMU to upset Duke. JMU can be physical with Duke. JMU can run with Duke. I think JMU can score on Duke. Cal Filipowski is not going to have an easy night. They're athletic enough to stay with Cal in the perimeter. They're good enough to stay with Cal in the post. I think the Dukes upset Duke and move on to the Sweet 16. Not sorry, Teddy. I got JMU. Next, we have Baylor versus Clemson. Baylor is favored by 4.5. This game is on TNT, 6:10 on Sunday. Give me Baylor. I love Baylor. I love their guards. It's going to be an explosive match between both teams' guards. I do like Baylor more. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Clemson has size. Ian Shefflin, PJ Hall, they have size. Messi is very active, tall, raw product. It's just going to take a lot of a team effort. It's going to take a team effort on the glass defensively, but I think Baylor has the guards that can match that to kind of take that away, to even it out. There we go. So I'm rolling with Baylor in this one, but I do think it's a close game. Next, we have Grand Canyon versus Alabama. 7-10 TBS. Alabama's favored by 5.5. So on my bracket, I'm not going to lie, I have Alabama winning this. But as I think more and more on this game and how Alabama doesn't play defense and how Grand Canyon actually plays defense, Grand Canyon has the size to match with Alabama. For the show sake, I'm taking Grand Canyon. I'm taking Grand Canyon to go to Sweet 16. I love Coach Bryce Drew. It's going to be a great coaching battle between Coach Bryce Drew and Coach Nate Oates. But I think Grand Canyon's defense is going to be the X factor in this one. I think if Grand Canyon can hold Alabama to 70, they could put up 60, 70 as well. You see, they were able to get good looks against St. Mary's, who's a really good defensive team. I think they can get good looks against Alabama. I'm taking Grand Canyon in the upset. Screw my bracket. Let's get it. Next, we have Northwestern versus UConn. UConn's favored by 14.5, 7:45 on True TV. Give me UConn. They're going to blow out. I said it on Selection Sunday show. They're going to blow out Stetson. Check. I said they're going to blow out Northwestern. Yes, I already said that Northwestern was going to win that game. Check. Or not check, excuse me. It's going to happen, though. Think they blow out Northwestern. I'm inclined to taking the 14.5 with Clemson. Sorry, not sorry, Northwestern. Boo Boy, he's going to play all 40 minutes. And when he plays all 40 minutes, he's going to be gassed by like minute 30 against UConn. This is a different animal. He's not going to be able to play 40 minutes and be successful against this UConn team. And that's mainly the reason why I got UConn blowing out Northwestern. And the injuries as well. Nicholson, I think, is out for the tournament. Ty Berry is out for the season. Those are two huge injuries that's going to hamper Northwestern in this matchup. Next game, Houston, Texas A&M. Houston's favored by 9.5 points. This game is 8:40 on TNT. Give me Houston. Love Texas A&M guards. I love Manny Obaseki. I love Wade Taylor. I love Tyrese Radford. I love Henry Coleman down low. But Houston defense is just another level, and they're not going to be able to get those great looks like they were getting against Nebraska. And Houston can score, and that's the thing. Houston is so good defensively, but offensively, they're just as good. And that's what's going to hurt Texas A&M because they're not as good defensively. Texas A&M is not good defensively at all, and it's going to kill them against Houston. So I like Houston in this one. And the last game of the round of 32 Sunday, Yale versus San Diego State. San Diego State's favored by 5.5 points. CBS 9:40. I told y'all, I think it was Sunday on the Selection Sunday show. I'm lightweight. A San Diego State fan. I've always been like, I always had a soft spot in San Diego State, from Xavier Thames to no, not Matt Bradley. Was it Matt Thomas? No, what was his name, bro? It was a guard. Malachi Flynn. It wasn't him, though, that I was thinking about. But I've always liked San Diego State, and I'm going to roll with San Diego State over Yale. Defensively, really good. Jaden Ledee is going to be a problem down low. Darion Trammell, if he can get going offensively, that's just an added X factor that is tough to stop. You got Reese Dixon Waters, the transfer from SC, again on the defensive end as well. I think they're going to be a little too much defensively. They can't afford to go through those offensive droughts, though. I will say that. Cannot afford to do that. But I'm going to go with San Diego State, but I'm inclined to taking the 5.5 with Yale. Just a little advice. I'm inclined to taking the 5.5 with Yale. So we'll see how my record looks after Sunday. That is all I have for y'all today. Like I said, I was going to do the CBI, but I don't want to put too much more work on Joe. Joe has been doing so much more than I would expect. So I'm going to ease Joe pain a little bit, just a little bit. But I will be back Monday. No time because I should be going back to work Monday. I'll be back Monday to give you your round of 64, well, basically your tournament recap. Just recapping the tournament. I'm going to recap the NIT because I have been watching. And then I believe the Sweet 16 will be on Thursday. So Wednesday I'll come give you quick picks for the Sweet 16. If the NIT is before then, I'll give you some NIT quick picks. Or it'll probably be like the final. No, it'll be the 8. It'll be 8. So give you some quick picks, talk about the NIT, all that there. But we have 9 minutes till tip off with North Texas and Seton Hall. First NIT, first college basketball game of the day. Let's go North Texas. I will see y'all Monday. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe, and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.